Hey guys, this is JW Rhodes, and I'm here with you to share some awesome information about residual income and life savings. You know, with the recession and everything that's going on today, it's so important for us to be able to have something that we can fall back on. Whether it's a plan B or savings plan or residual income. And for some of you, I was reading an article from this great company, awesome company that I'm actually a part of, Prepaid Legal Services. And it was an article that they had released, press released, talking about residual income and life savings. What is residual income? Now, from the PR Newswire first call, they term it this way. It's when your income, your money, it accrues after the initial work has been completed. It is described as residual income. It is repeated or reoccurring, or what some may call passive income. Some call it the commission that keeps on giving, the commission that lives well after you've stopped the work. So Prepaid Legal Services, which is a New York Stock Exchange company, and its associates, it might describe a residual as life savings income. There are several people that they highlight in this particular article, and you know, we often hear this, that facts tell but stories sell. And this simply, I'm sharing this with you to share with you that, listen, there are real live people, including myself, that are having some great success, have some great stories to share. One of my stories that I would like to share is simply getting started with this company over just a little above 5 years ago. Now, to some of you, it may not mean a whole lot, but to me, listen, my time, my freedom, it meant a whole lot to me. So over, like I said, a little over 5 years ago, I got started with this company. And before then, I was working a full-time job plus a part-time job. In addition to that, pastoring. So, as you know, I was very busy, had very little time, you know, with my family, and was working full-time even on the weekends. But I ran into this gentleman that actually in Dillard's department store, and I was just in the Dillard's on my lunch break, and this gentleman, we thought we knew each other. He looked familiar to me, I looked familiar to him. But anyway, make a long story short, he asked me what I did, and I told him what I did, and I asked him what he did, and he said prepaid legal. I said, prepaid what? Exactly. A lot of people still don't know about prepaid legal. But anyway, long story short, he said, yeah, I'd love to sit down with you and talk to you about it. And so, needless to say, I put him off, believe it or not, 6 months. Oh my goodness, I wish I hadn't. But how many of you know it's all about timing? Timing is everything. So when I got ready to start, and anyway, I finally said, okay, I'll sit down with you. You know, I was like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, once this gentleman got through the service part of it, I was like, wow, I could have used you some years ago, brother. Where's this been? And he said it's been around for, during that time, it was what, 32 years. And I was like, wow, you gotta be kidding. So anyway, he got to that point. I said, hey, you really don't have to go any further. But he said, well, Mr. Rose, if you know that this service can benefit you greatly, if you know some people who can benefit from this service, I can show you how to make some serious income. I said, really? I said, so okay, show me the money is what I said. And so he got to the compensation plan. Listen, y'all, this gentleman didn't even get halfway through. I was like, You can stop now. We could go. We say, "Oh, hold on, Mr. Rose. Let me first get through the whole thing so you can understand." And I say, "Okay." So anyway, he went through it. I was sold on it. I said, "Well, listen, I'm already sold on it. Let's go ahead and get started." However, let me talk to the boss. I was talking about my wife. I said, "Let's talk to her first." So we sat down over dinner, and my wife saw it, and she was like, "Hey, sounds like a good plan to me," and we went for it. And let me tell you that during that time, that investment that they were asking for, we really didn't have it. But let me tell you, it was the greatest small investment that I could have made towards my $1 million business. I consider this my $1 million business, or my six figure, even if you don't want to go, $1 million. Let's say six-figure business, because this company is bringing in millionaire club earners. This company is bringing in six-figure ring earners. People. That means people that are earning millions of dollars from home, or six figures from home. But anyway, what I want to share with you, of course, I'm going to share some great things, but just briefly, I want to share with you a couple of people that are having some success. And this gentleman, Albert, his name is Albert Lewis. It says on October the 2nd, 2009, Mr. Lewis suffered a stroke and was hospitalized for 30 days. One thing the former truck driver turned prepaid legal associate did not have to worry about during his recuperation was income for his family. During his hospital stay, Mr. Lewis received a monthly residual check that amounted to approximately 15% of the annual income he once received as a truck driver. Mr. Lewis recently sent an email to Prepaid Legal founder and CEO Harlan C. Stone Cipher, in which he described himself as being living proof that the Prepaid Legal's residual income plan works. A prepaid legal associate since December of 2001, Mr. Lewis said he has no intentions of giving up as a result of his medical condition. In fact, he has already turned to active involvement in prepaid legal activities, including leading a group training program in early December. That is awesome. I'm telling you, and if that's not living proof for you, what prepaid legal services can do, or shall I say, residual income, I don't know what is. Now, let me share with you. Of course, all the results are dependent upon each individual and their efforts. So this is not a depiction of every individual, but certainly it's living proof that there are some people who, including myself, yours truly, are receiving some residual income that helps to make life just a little bit better. Anyway, this is J.W. Rhodes signing out from Life Events Pro. I look forward to talking with you soon. God bless, and you have a victorious week. And remember this: when you focus your faith and pray, you are bound for an extraordinary destiny. Make it a good one. God bless you.